Doctor, during your work on the hydrogen bomb, were you deterred by any moral qualms?
Yes, of course.
But yet you got on with your work, didn't you?
Yes, because this was a work of exploration and not the preparation of a new weapon.
You mean it was more of an academic excursion?
No, it was not an academic thing. To build a hydrogen bomb doesn't matter of life and death.
By 1942, you were actively pushing the development of hydrogen bomb.
Pushing is not the right word. Supporting it and working on it, yes.
So when did these moral qualms become so strong that you actively opposed the development of the hydrogen bomb?
When it was suggested that it be the policy of the United States to make these things at our cost without regard to the balance between these weapons and atomic weapons as a part of our arsenal.
What do moral qualms have to do with that?
What do moral qualms have to do with it?
Yes.
We freely use the atomic bomb.
In fact, after you assisted in selecting the target to drop the atomic bomb on Hiroshima, didn't you?
Yes.
So you knew, did you not, that by dropping the atomic bomb on the target that you selected, that thousands of civilians will be killed or injured? Is that correct?
Yes, but not as many as turned out.
Oh, how many were killed or injured?
70,000.
70,000 in both Hiroshima and
110,000 in Poland.
on the day of each bombing.
Yes.
And the weeks and years that followed?
It has been put somewhere between 50 and 100,000.
220,000 at least.
Yes.
Any moral scruples about that?
They're terrible ones.
But yet you testified in here that bombing of Hiroshima was successful.
Technically successful.
Oh, technically successful.
And it has also helped Allies to end the war.
Would you have been in support of dropping a hydrogen bomb on Hiroshima?
That would make no sense at all.
Why?
The target is too small.
Well, supposing there had been a target big enough in Japan for a thermonuclear weapon, would you have been opposed to the dropping of
This was not a problem with which I was confronted.
Well, I'm confronting you with it now, sir. Would you have been opposed to the dropping of a thermonuclear weapon on Japan because of moral scruples?
I believe I would, sir.
Well, did you oppose the dropping of the atomic bomb on Hiroshima because of moral scruples? I'm asking you.
We set forth our arguments against dropping it, but never endorsed it.
You've been after working for night and day for 3 years building the bomb, you then argued against the use of it.
I was asked by the Secretary of War what the scientists' views were, and I gave the views for and
You
against.
supported the dropping of the atom bomb on Japan, didn't you support?
What do you mean support?
Well, you helped select the target, didn't you?
I was not in a policy-making position at Los Alamos. I would have done anything that I was asked.
So you would have built the H-bomb too?
I couldn't.
I didn't ask you that, Doctor! The CAC report that he co-authored after the Soviet atomic test said a super bomb should never be built!
Would you make the time? Would you make the time?
And we cannot just do anything to increase their strength! If we did it, they would have to do it. Our efforts will only fuel their efforts, just as that with the atomic bomb. Just as that with the atomic bomb, exactly!
No moral scruples in 1945, plenty in 1949. Dr. Oppenheimer, when did your strong moral convictions develop with respect to the hydrogen bomb?
When it became clear to me that we would tend to use any weapon that we had.